Hey y'all, I decided to try to get this kale out because it is clearly bug infested. It looked like some powdery mildew on it. So I want to go ahead and get out this strawberry bed. It was a lot harder than I expected. I could not find my cutters, the big ones or the little ones. So I was trying to use the shovel and it wasn't working out really well, especially since I was trying to avoid damaging my soaker hose that I have in this bed to water it, which is connected to my drip irrigation system. So I started just removing the leaves as much as I could, and putting them in the pile. Because I'm not going to compost these because they have bugs. The soil I thought had some ants in it. I'm not sure if ants have moved in. They tend to move into soils in my containers and my raised beds. Just have to be vigilant in getting them out. Oh, I mean, it's not a big deal for them to be in there. Usually, if they're in there during the growing season, I'll act like they're not in there. I'll just do what I want to do. But I'll try to kill them in the off season with some hot boiling water usually. And I often do that because they try to find their way into my house. So if I start seeing ants in my house, I'll start hunting for ant pals and pouring boiling water on them. Now all the brassicas, the kale, the collards also seem to have aphids on them. Probably some other bugs munching on them too. But yeah, this thing was really hard to get out. The stem or the trunk of these plants gets really thick. I mean, this thing was is probably, I don't even know how thick around, way thicker than my forearm. So this one I got frustrated and decided to try to pull it out by hand. And I kept pausing because my back was wearing me out. Anytime any kind of bending over makes my back hurt lately, but at least it's not staying hurt. It's sore when I'm doing that, but it's not like I have that pain ongoing like I was earlier last month. Like when I actually injure my back, I constantly injure my back. So that's why I'm trying to do more walking, and I want to figure out some kind of stretches or something I can do to strengthen my core, so I won't keep having this problem with my back. Because I've been having this problem with my back for years. I mean, since I was in my early 20s. And this is me sitting down because I was so tired and my back was sore and I just needed a break. I was sweating. I sweated up a storm. And then I noticed all the aphids on these other collards. It was obvious they had some bug activity because of all the holes in the leaves. But when I sat down, I could see under the leaves, I could see that, yeah, they had a lot of aphids over here. And so that's when I decided to go ahead. Oh, and there was a ladybug. And that's another sign that, yeah, there are aphids, because the ladybug is there because there's food. Now this thing, the wing keeps toppling over. I put a tomato steak in there, or just a regular steak, not a tomato steak, but a steak. I'm trying to wait for these things to dry out. I'm not sure if they have to be on a living plant to dry out, or if I can just sit them aside somewhere. But for now, I want to try to leave them in the ground for as long as possible. I don't know what I'm saying here. I think I was talking about how thick that stem is, because it's huge. And then I saw a caterpillar on my strawberries. Killed it, so I'm gonna have to look over there a little more, make sure there aren't any more. I think I just saw one in the video. Anyway, I'm gonna check again tomorrow or at some point. But this thing was really hard to get out. The roots were deep and spread out all over the thing. I did finally at this point get it out. And probably here I was talking about how I'm going to put that in the trash because you don't want to compost that with all with an infestation. And I really just wanted to get it out the garden as soon as possible. So I'm gonna set that aside so I can put it in the trash. I don't know what I'm sitting here talking about now. I might cut this out. Yes, I will cut this part out. So here's the other Georgia collard green in the patio garden that I saw during the May 2nd tour that I did for the garden. And then, I saw that it was even gooey. I knew it. I had noticed the bug activity, all the holes and stuff in the leaves, but it was attracting flies. It was really bad. So fortunately, that was a lot easier to get out. And I'm sure I'm talking now about how I'm gonna get that in the trash and get it out my yard. And so I went and got a trash bag to do that. I probably already said this, but I was recording. Oh, I thought I was recording earlier, but I wasn't. But anyway, the reason to get rid of this is because these bug-infested plants, they're already attracting bugs, and that's gonna eventually affect your other plants. So it's best to get the unhealthy plants out of your garden. Not that I'm an expert. I learned this from T-Nog, the New Orleans gardener. I learned everything I know from YouTube University. Well, in experience too. I'm learning a lot as I go. That's the great thing about gardening. We're all at different levels. I'm definitely at the novice, almost hobbyist level. But I also want to do more to grow my own food to supplement my grocery bill, supplement my groceries. But yeah, these were bug infested. Those were aphids, and you'll see. I'll show a few ladybugs to show that the ladybugs are there because there's food. The ladybugs eat aphids. I hope I didn't throw away any ladybugs. So I'm gonna make sure I leave this bag open. I closed it, but I'm gonna go back and open that bag so if the ladybugs are in there, they can get out before trash day. Some of these probably could have been saved or, stayed in the ground longer because they weren't. So there's another ladybug. But some of these colors probably could have stayed in the garden, but we were in the mid 90s today and we're soon going to be in the triple digits, and I don't really think these will last through the summer. I don't know if these are extremely heat tolerant. The first ones I planted already went to seed when it started getting in the high 70s, in the 80s. That could have just been their lifespan. I'm not sure if they would have survived this summer or not. I'll have to look into that. And this thing is leaning. I forgot I had put this in this grow bag, so I can't push the stake down through it. I tried. I used the grow bags because I originally intended to use these for potatoes. So I think I'm going to go and get some seed potatoes and see how they do it in this bed, because the other round bed up front is my pantry potatoes. Then I can kind of compare the two. All right, and this bag is heavy, so I'm dragging it, but I want to make sure I get it as far away from the garden as possible until I can put it outside on the curb for trash pickup. All right, I'm going to go open that bag back up so the ladybugs can get out. But thanks for watching, y'all. Thanks for watching.